Absolutely, and it's actually quite an interesting one for SASRIA at least. I mean, they were developed in 1976 following the July unrest. They're a specialist vehicle designed to provide security for situations like civil unrest, protests, etc. But I think in democratic South Africa, this is the biggest number or amount or incidents that they've had since really the 1994 began. And so they've had around 10,000 or more claims being processed. SASRIA have been honest to say it's true. In fact, if we paid out every single person who has insurance with us and has made a valid claim, we would go bankrupt.
Did you just say 10,000 claims that they have had to deal with? That is a figure that comes from that organization?
Yeah. Over 10,000 at this point. That's as much as we know. They have already paid out 5.8 billion rand of those claims. Now, to be fair to them, there are some of the larger companies like ShopRites and Pick n Pays and those very big stores and the macros who were hit quite significantly, who have this insurance and are being have put in their claims. ShopRite in itself alone is asking for 1.5 billion rand of the money that is available to them through this insurance vehicle. So some of them are really big claims and some of them are smaller claims.
And I remember, you'll correct me if I'm wrong here, one of the big retailers actually saying that they will not be reopening their outlet in one or two areas in South Africa. So let's look ahead, therefore. In the medium-term budget policy statement tabled by the Finance Minister a week ago, he mentioned a number of billions that are going to be directed towards SASRIA, and they were very clear that this is all in aid of those companies that are still expected to make claims.
Absolutely. 11 billion has been allocated to SASRIA. Now, this is in addition to the 3.9 billion that the former Finance Minister had allocated to them after the unrest in July. So in total, they've needed an extra 13, 14, 15 billion, and we're not even sure if that is enough to cover what they have to do.
Can I just add a quick comment around it? Because at some point I read in one of the newspapers that the insurance company, SASRIA, was actually saying that what will help in order for it to still remain financially viable is to not pay the full claims that these companies are making. So pay out a portion and see if they can pay out the rest of the portions. Is that indeed still, or has that been their approach in paying out these claims?
Well, what we know is that they've tried to stagger payments as much as possible and sort of range between, you know, people who've made claims between 1 million and 30 million would get paid out quite quickly, and people who've made claims above 30 million, they had asked to say, could we pay you a portion of that now and we'll pay a portion later. But, you know, as you spoke to Zwelakhe about business continuity, that's an extremely disruptive approach. I understand they have pressure and they have fiduciary duties to be financially stable, and so they could not pay out without risking their own license and their own viability of their business. But on the other end, there are 10,000 odd businesses, many small businesses, who were looking to SASRIA and have been paying their claims consistently and asking for this funding. So they have managed to pay out a lot of them, true, but the larger businesses, there's still a little bit of concern, and I guess that's what we're going to hear from the MD in a short moment.